So fantastic.
Wow,
So that's a
amazing.
theatrical Oriental dance. That was done at the Da Capo Opera Theater. It was part of a show.
Great. I wanted to ask about the costumes.
Oh, the costumes, yes.
Yeah, they're pretty elaborate, right?
Yes, very elaborate. Yeah, I have my own costume maker.
Okay,
Yeah,
you work
but
with one person all the time.
Yeah, but also I get some of my costumes from Egypt.
Okay,
Yeah.
you go to the Middle East for
Yes,
some of
yes.
them. Okay, and tell us a little bit about the costume and what it's constructed of, because you've got a lot of fabric on the skirt,
Yeah, yeah.
and then there's sort of coins or something.
Right, jewels and yeah, and it also depends on what style. But an Oriental dance costume, I like. We use different kinds of silk, you know, because you need fabric that will move. Yes,
right?
Yes.
It's got to have.
Notice we start always with a veil, and that should be a very flowing fabric also. So you have, and I like, now the style in Egypt is kind of stretchy material, but I always like the flowing material. And then on your bra and belt, there's always jewels and crystals and...
It's got a little bling going.
Right,
a little sparkle.
Right, very sparkly.
That's so great. Now what about colors? Is there any significance to color, or that's just a personal aesthetic?
Yes, that's definitely personal.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you have a lot of different colors in your
costumes.
retinue. Yes, that's great.
Well, this is Let 'Em Talk, and I'm Paul DeRienzo, and Miss Joan Marie Moosy. Our guest Samara is a Oriental dancer, sometimes known as a belly dancer, but we're talking about its traditional name, Dancers of the East. And it was just beautiful. Oriental dance, right?
Rakshaki, I like
In
that.
French,
Rakshaki.
Danse Orientale.
Oh, yes.
Okay, in French. Great. We have a call coming in, Samara. I don't. If you want to give it a shot, I mean, we'll see what happens. Hopefully,
Okay.
it's a nice, mature person, and we'll give it a shot. All right. You are on. Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi.
Got a question?
Yeah, I got a question. There's one thing I wanted to say.
Well, say it.
That the girl in the middle looks like a hot milk.
Oh, I saw that coming. He thinks you're hot, but you are
much
hot.
hesitation.
Okay. Too much hesitation. I wasn't sure what you were going to say there. Next time, be ready with what you're going to say right up front. So,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being hot.
there's nothing wrong with being hot.
Challenge me a little more than that.
I know.
I do have a brain.
So, Samara, yeah, tell us a little bit about your work in promoting this kind of dances. I know you were saying earlier you teach.
Yes, I teach.
Okay.
I had a very long career dancing in many different kind of venues. I've danced overseas, all over the world. I've danced on cruise ships. I love dancing in theater. That's what I love to do most. And at this point, that's what I do mostly. You know, I still do private. I dance at a lot of Arabic weddings and
Sure.
private big corporate events. But I teach all week. I teach at Albanelli. I'm actually the first Middle Eastern dance teacher to have a class
Really?
at Albanelli.
That's
Yes,
fantastic.
very exciting, yeah.
Now, do you generally teach adults or children, or both?
Mostly adults, but there are some teenagers and...
Now, what about the gender question? Is it all women that dance Oriental dance, or are there parts
My
for men?
teacher was well, he died. The late Ibrahim Farah, he was a man. He was my teacher. A lot of the men, just like in flamenco, they'll teach the women's parts. Doesn't mean they do the women's parts, but they teach
I
you
see.
know, the women's dances.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you almost
But
always see
there
women.
are some
yeah.
phone calls I get from men that say, you know, is it okay if I come? And they want to learn the woman's dance. you know,
Right.
You know, so yeah, of course.
Why not?
Sure, they want to. That's fine.
Yes.
Right. How do folks usually come to wanting to take classes in Oriental dance? Is it a cultural thing, or do they have an interest?
No, I just think they see it as a very beautiful art form. It's a great way to exercise. It's a dance that really goes nicely with the woman's body, the movements, you know, the very, I think, comfortable movements. I mean, not that it's easy, but
Yes.
I think...
It doesn't look easy.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look. What are the?
It looks
is
like
there
way
any
more.
meaning behind the movements? Is there any Is there a message in the music? Are you communicating anything by the movements
Yeah,
you
well, it
use?
depends on the dance that's choreographed, what the subtext
I
is.
see.
Just like in a play, you know, what's behind the writer's words.
Or an
But
opera, sort of, in a way. Like,
yeah,
Or
exactly.
hula.
Hula
Hula
dance.
is
Oh, it
a
has a
story,
lot of-
right?
a lot of
Hula,
stories,
right. There you
So
go.
if it's a theatrical piece, I did a piece for the dance company called Red Desert, which was inspired by a girl that I met in the Middle East who, it was about women's repression. She really wanted to, she was very interested in my life, and she didn't want to, her family had her married off, and she didn't want to, she didn't want to do that. She wanted to travel the world, learn different languages.
Oh dear,
and
yeah.
She kind of wanted me to help her escape. Anyway, so
Interesting.
this dance was dedicated to her and
All right.
and all women that are.
Now, when you
Situation.
choreograph, in the Mosaic Dance Company, is this like a group of dancers
Yes, it's a
dancing?
group of
Oh, okay.
dancers,
How many
yeah.
dancers would say be on stage at the same time?
It could be 9.
Oh wow,
It could be 6, 7. Yeah,
Right.
that's
depending on the dance.
fantastic.
You had a number when I saw you at the restaurant.
Right.
There was quite a number of people came
Right.
out. It was at different times. You didn't dance together though, or did you? You
Oh,
did.
yes, we
you did.
did.
Sure.
Yes.
I remember back then.
Yes.
That was very
Yes.
interesting because I've never seen that where
There's
there was
a couple
more
of
than one woman.
excerpts from the bigger theatrical pieces.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where do you tell us more about the bigger theatrical pieces? Where do you plan to show them, or where do you?
We last May we had a show at the American Globe Theater on 46th
Oh
Street.
great, yeah, fantastic.
I mean, when I was with the Ibrahim Farah Dance Theater Company, the Ibrahim Farah Dance Group, I'm sorry, I'm getting our names mixed up here.
Sure.
We did venues like Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, so we did really big venues.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Mosaic, Westminster Arts Center, we did last spring, and we'll be doing that again. That's a
Okay.
annual.
I'd like to ask
concert.
about the music too, because it is a particular style of music that goes with this style of dance.
Right.
So where do you get your music? What, do you have a preference to certain artists? Or?
Actually, I just produced a CD last year. It's called Ya Samara, and Maurice Shadid, who's a Lebanese composer. And I'm going to send you a present, both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a Lebanese composer, and I produced the CD. But a lot of the music I choose is either Lebanese or Egyptian. I also do Turkish gypsy dance, Kashil Marso, and I'll use Turkish music. It depends on the dances.
Sure.
But I love the the music of Lebanon and Egypt. Yeah.
You said you traveled to Egypt. Do you perform when you go to the Middle East?
Yes, last year I taught at the Alan Wasalan Festival and I performed.
Great.
Where is that? Tell us a little bit. What is that?
That's in Cairo. It's in Cairo. It's a big festival where dancers, there's teachers from Egypt, from Europe, from America.
And it's an annual event.
Yes, it's a very
Wow.
big event.
Wow,
Yeah,
in
very
Cairo,
big event.
right.
People come from all over the world.
That's great.
Yeah,
And it happens. When does it happen? What time of year does that happen?
it happens in June.
In June.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also in June, I have a week-long workshop that I hold at the Alvin Ailey School. So that's exciting because there are also
Oh, sure, people
students
come from all
the
over
world
for
to
that,
come to-
yeah.
Yeah, to come to my week-long.
That's great.
Great.
I bet
As-
that's really fun.